Hi there. Today I'm talking all about buying a house for first-time home buyers, part 2. And I'm a fan of lists, so let's make it the buying a house checklist for first-time home buyers. So let's get started. Welcome, I'm Carla of the Carla Eisel Realty team with Keller Williams North Atlanta here in Alpharetta, Georgia. Also, be sure to subscribe to our channel and tap that bell so you won't miss out on any new videos we post each Tuesday. Buying a home is more than just finding a house you like and submitting an offer. At Carla Eisel Realty, we pride ourselves on the high level of service we provide our clients. We'll guide you through the entire process and oversee all the details for you. This checklist will help you learn what it takes to buy your first home. So part 1 covered the first 5 steps on our checklist. So in this video, we'll pick up where we left off with the second half of our buying a house checklist. So let's get started. Step number 6, making an offer. Let's say you find your home of your dreams. What's next? That will mean it's time to make an offer to the seller. You can think of purchasing a home sort of like a marriage. It involves some head over heels love for sure. But there's also lots of planning, and of course there's a legal transaction involved. But it all begins with that marriage proposal. When you think you've found the right home, the offer you make is very important. Saying yes to a marriage proposal usually is enough for the couple to end up at the altar. But verbal promises between a buyer and seller are not legally enforceable when it comes to real estate sales. In addition, a real estate agent will make sure that the seller complies with all compliance and disclosure rules that many states have. Your agent will also answer any questions you might have during the negotiation process and ultimate sale, which will address any legal requirements and will stipulate the sale price and all other terms and conditions of the home purchase. An offer is typically drawn up and signed by the buyer with the assistance of the buyer's agent. Making an offer is a crucial step in our checklist, so let's delve a little deeper into the offer itself. What's included when making an offer? Your purchase offer, if accepted without any changes, will become a binding sales contract. That's why it's super important that your offer contain every component that will be needed. It's like a detailed blueprint for the final sale. Your purchase offer should include, but will not be limited to, the following: the address and legal description of the property, the sale price, the terms of the sale. For example, does the purchase depend on you obtaining a mortgage, or is this an all-cash purchase? The seller's promise of ownership to the buyer, meaning a clear title. The estimated closing date, that's the date of the actual sale. The amount of earnest money with the offer and how this money will be returned if your offer is rejected, or if the deposit will be kept as damages if you back out of the purchase without good reason. The holder of the earnest money. The earnest money will be held in escrow by the real estate agent's broker or the closing attorney. The closing location. In the state of Georgia, closings are only permitted at a closing attorney's office. The due diligence period stated in days. Any contingencies, and these are very important. I'll discuss further in the next section. And the time limit of the offer, that is when the offer will expire. Then, as soon as both parties accept the final written offer, you will have a legal contract in place for the purchase of your home. Now let's revisit what is meant by contingencies. If your proposed offer states something like, this offer is contingent upon, for example, a home inspection, you're saying that you will go through with the purchase only if that event occurs. So let's discuss 2 common contingencies a little further. 2 common contingencies contained in a purchase offer are a financing contingency and a home inspection contingency. The financing contingency is you, the buyer, must be able to obtain financing, meaning able to obtain a loan from a lender. If you can't secure a loan, you will not be bound by the contract. With a home inspection contingency, for example, The contingency might state that the home inspection must happen within 10 days after acceptance of the offer. In this case, the seller would have to wait the 10 days to see if the home inspector submits a report that is acceptable to you. If not, the contract will be voided. Negotiating the price when making an offer. The price of the home is obviously of great importance to everyone involved. How do you know if the home you want is priced fairly? A real estate agent can give you a comparative market analysis, or as we call it, a CMA, to see if the home you want is priced comparably with other similar homes in the area. You might also ask for seller concessions if the home inspection reveals needed repairs. As a buyer, you want to look attractive to your seller. And I don't mean your appearance. I'm talking about being in the best negotiating position as a buyer. Here are a few scenarios that will give you an edge with other potential buyers or offers. You're an all-cash buyer. You've already been pre-approved for a mortgage, or you don't have a house you must sell before you buy your next home. On the other hand, if your area happens to be a hot seller's market like we are here in the Atlanta area right now, when you found the house of your dreams, your real estate agent may advise you to make an immediate offer on the full list price or even higher in order to have an advantage over other potential buyers. Phew, that was a lot. Now let's get back to our checklist. Step number 7, get a home inspection. It's very important to get a prospective house checked out from top to bottom by a home inspector to determine if there are any structural or repair issues that would make you think twice about buying it. Some red flag issues that a home inspector might discover are termites, mold, a damaged foundation, roof leaks, just to name a few. Yes, there are plenty of things that can go wrong or be discovered upon a thorough home inspection, but most problems can be fixed or remediated. Step number 8, the home appraisal. Even when you and the seller have agreed on the purchase price of the home, it's still not a done deal until your lender is also on board. Think of it as an investment for your lender as well as your own real estate investment. In order to get a mortgage, a home appraisal is required since the home serves as collateral for your loan. Your lender needs to know an accurate value of the home in order to approve your mortgage. Step number 9, closing costs. Closing costs can be substantial and can average from 2 to 7% of the total home price. So who will pay the closing costs and when are they paid? Purchasing a home can seem overwhelming in many ways, especially in terms of the money being exchanged. Even after saving up for a down payment, getting lender pre-approval for a mortgage, and doing other financial planning to make it possible to purchase a home, many buyers find it hard to accept that they'll have additional out-of-pocket expenses such as closing costs. But there is good news. Both sellers and buyers pitch in to cover closing costs. Even though buyers often bear the majority of the load, especially right now in our seller's market. Buyers may end up paying 3 to 5% of the home price compared with sellers paying about 1 to 3%, though there are exceptions. Certain expenses are paid up front before the official sale, such as the home inspection fee, which must be paid up front by the buyer. However, other fees such as homeowners insurance and property taxes are reoccurring and can be calculated into your total monthly mortgage payment. But several other expenses are paid at your closing. Ask your realtor about all the costs typically paid for at closing. Step number 10, head to closing. Closing basically means signing, and your closing is the day you officially sign all the required documents and pay all the various parties involved. You'll pay the down payment for your loan, plus closing costs, and any extra fees required for the processing of your loan. The property title is transferred from the seller to the buyer, and voila! You finally receive the keys to your very own home. Step number 11, move-in day. You've received your loan and your closing is complete. Congratulations! This means you have now been promoted from a home buyer to a home owner. the time and effort you've invested into the process of buying your first home wasn't so intimidating after all, was it? Now all that effort has paid off. You can walk through the door of your new house and begin to make it the home of your dreams. We did it! We made it through our checklist for buying a house. That's a lot, right? Don't worry, we're here to help guide you through the process. My team and I are experts and we know how to take care of you throughout the entire home buying process. If you have any questions, feel free to contact me. You can tap the title of this video to find my contact info in the description down below. Thanks a bunch for watching, and we'll see you again soon.